So bears have finally weighed in on this viral trend, this viral conversation about would you choose a bear or a man if you were walking in the woods? The bears speak out against the unfair comparison to men. Let's see what this article is all about. In the wake of the recent viral trend, bear community leaders are calling on humans to stop comparing them to men. We hardly ever unalive anyone, and even when we do, it's usually because a human male was doing something they weren't supposed to, like going near our kids or trying to pew pew us. Comparing us to human men is deeply insensitive. Do you know the number one cause of bear deaths? Men. You think we're safe alone with them? We actually do our best to stay away from humans, and now you're implying we're less dangerous versions of them. It's unacceptable and prejudice. At the very least, we view women as humans, and we don't harm the females in our own families, which is more than I can say for some of you. Bear representatives have warned that defamation proceedings could follow if they continue to be compared to such vicious animals. I have taken to calling them non-bears, but I might have to reconsider considering the sensitivity of this. Yeah, I will rethink that. I will rethink that. Now, scrolling on Facebook today, I came across this graphic. This graphic is this woman saying, I'm choosing the bear, and men in a huddle, minding their own men business. They're just minding their business, and then one gives the thumbs up, like, cool. And then they go back to their manly conversation. Please know and understand that this has not been my experience. My experience has been men jumping into my comment section to feel so aggrieved that men are being talked about like, it's all men. That is what they are doing on my pages. Many of the comments that I've gotten has been like this man, Wolf's Heart 79. This whole thing is just actually sad to watch. I get the pain some men have caused should absolutely be fully condemned, but to broadly dismiss half of the human race over a predatory animal that will eat you is just unhinged online brain silliness. That's what he said. Now, this has not been many women's experience, and how I really want these men to understand that women cannot tell the difference between the ones that are going to be predatory and the ones that are just going to be normal. And some women are looking to protect themselves despite their feelings of sadness. I've even seen some men's voices that have come in and they are saying that they understand what women are saying. I've seen TikTok videos where this woman was speaking to her dad, who was a bear hunter. And he said that he understands, or he said, choose the bear. The bear hunter said, choose the bear. There are so many men that understand, but there are some that are playing obtuse. And we know that they're playing obtuse because they know who the typical perpetrators are. And men are typically the biggest perpetrators of crimes against other men. So I don't even know why they are playing obtuse. I'm not even going to call them obtuse. They're playing obtuse because they know.
Niggas out, you part of the problem. It's all men until it's no men. Period. Argue with your mama. I don't give a damn. It's all men until it's no men. And that includes me. And for those of you thinking it's just felons, I am a fucking felon. And most of us just want to go the fuck home. Because we be sitting in prison watching the news going, what the hell them niggas doing out in the street? It's all men until it's no men. And if you say, well, I ain't helping no woman if a dude messing with her, you're the problem. It's all men until it's no men.
Now I want to show the video clip of the man who started this conversation and a couple of other videos that add to the conversation. And this should be fair use. So go ahead and watch these next few videos. Enjoy, comment, like, all of that.
Do you know what girls are taught? No, of course you don't. Girls are taught that if a man tries to abduct them by pushing them into a van or something like that they should fight with everything they have, and that it's better to die on the street than get in that van for whatever happens next. You know what else that girls are taught? That they should use their nails and their teeth so that afterwards there's DNA evidence. Afterwards, there's an assumption that this is going to happen at some point in a woman's life and that they need to know this information. You see, for men, the question of, is there anything worse than death? That's debatable. But it's not debatable for women. You ask any woman that question and they're going to say, yep, there are things worse than death. Now, this mindset that you have that so readily ignores the viewpoints of literally half of the people in the world, you can easily fix that through practicing empathy. So use your brain, use the brain that God or the universe or Cthulhu or whoever gave you, and tap into your imagination. Use your imagination to put yourself in someone else's shoes for a little while and feel what they feel, and then you'll start to understand.
I was about 6 or 7 years old when my parents first told me about what it means to be abducted. One of the things my father told me was to never let them take me to the second location. In essence, be prepared to die where you are, rather than let them take you to whatever place they're planning on taking you to. At the age of 6 and 7 years old, I was being prepped to learn to lay my life down before I let a man put me into a car, into the back of a truck, inside whatever building he's trying to lead me into. Because my dad said there would be more dignity in a death in a parking lot than there would be waiting for me at the next location. I also had to learn that there are some things that are worse than death, and that yes, if you get taken to the next location, it is possible that rather than death, you get a life of torture and torment. I was 16 years old the first time someone tried to abduct me. I was pumping gas at a gas station and a man came over to my car and said that he had lost his wallet underneath the seat of his car and he can't reach, and would I come help him get his wallet out. Against my better judgment, I leaned inside of his car and reached down underneath the seat to try to find this wallet that was missing. And just in time, I heard a shuffle over my shoulder and I jumped out of the car as fast as I could to see this man lunging toward me, about to push me inside of his car. But I ran all the way back to my car screaming, knowing full well if he had a gun, he was gonna shoot me in the back, but that there was more dignity in a death in that parking lot than there was wherever that car was planning on taking me. And that's if I got the privilege of death. This is why women say we'd rather be trapped with a bear than a man. You don't have to fear a fate worse than death with a bear. You know what its intentions are up front. And the fact that little girls receive this training from girlhood, that girls learn at such a young age how to be prepared to die in place rather than let themselves be taken somewhere else, should tell you everything you need to know about why this is even a conversation.
Hey Dad, can I ask you some questions?
Yeah,
How many years have you been bear hunting?
40 some.
How many bears have you think you've seen, like, up close and personal?
Probably 100.
Have you ever had one, like, try to attack you or something?
Couple times.
Couple of times.
One got me by the foot one time.
Oh, what do you usually wear when you go bear hunting?
Bear hunter shirt or camo or something. I got run over by a bear twice too.
But you ain't scared of them?
No.
Are your kids boys or girls?
Girls.
When I was little, like 5 or so, or even now, would you rather me out in the woods alone by myself with a man or a bear?
I'd take the bear.
How come?
You'd have better chance with the bear because men are evil.
There you have it. Thanks, Dad.
This was the original intent and hope behind my man or bear in the woods scenario, was to get men to ask this question: how do we fix it? It's a simple question, and I have a simple answer. The next time you see a man making a disgusting, vile, or objectifying comment towards a woman on this app, make a video response calling it out. It can't be a comment. It has to be a video response. You have to use your face and your voice. Why? Because you're scarier than the bear. Yes, you're shy, you're introverted, you don't want to be perceived, you're scared to do it even. Show the world that you care enough about other people to do it anyway. Show women that you're willing to give up a small amount of your personal peace for a big amount of their safety. And it does translate into safety, because calling other men out on here is a safe way to practice calling them out in real life. Now, here's some disclaimers about this video, because I know how everyone gets. First of all, I don't want to take credit for starting this whole avalanche. It's not an original thought. It was in the Bible. But in the last few days, I've seen a lot of people make up stories about the origin and the original intent. I underestimated everyone's need for a canonical source for this stuff, and I'm right here, so I might as well speak up. And nobody can ever take full credit for anything. We're a society and a community. I'm just a guy who shouts at his phone twice a day, and I happened to shout something that echoed. And to all the people, men, who claim I started World War III and all of this is just for divisiveness, dude, the divisiveness was already there. The avalanche was already forming. A lot of people think the street interview guy started it, but go back and look at his caption. He says it was already trending at the time, and then look at the date. Again, I don't care about the credit. I'm just trying to answer all of the questions that I've seen 1,000 times. I didn't know how hungry you all were for the lore.